Welcome back. I'm gonna cuff the mic on this intro.
Jesus
We
Christ.
are
As long
the
as you don't
Out of
breathe like
Pocket
that the whole video.
Anime Podcast,
Oh my God.
and we got another very, very
It's not
special,
special. There it is. Nope, it's not. Nothing special
episode for
about it.
y'all today.
I don't like the whisper. Please stop that. It's very
All
creepy in
right,
the
and we're
headphones.
getting into M
My hero goes to camp.
H
Hero test. Roll out.
A.
Act like you've been here before, Bakugo. Why is it always you?
It's always him.
Dude, it's always him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know a character who shouldn't, but still drives the plot forward so much.
I think it's because he's. There's got to be a little bit of karma in what happens to him because of how he acts to his classmates.
Dude, I think low key MHA, and I'll touch on my thoughts on this later, but I think low key MHA just likes chaos. I think the writers
does.
just enjoy chaos, and that's all Bakugo is he's controlled chaos.
Yeah, I
And
think he's
that's a big part of it.
he's the Vegeta of MHA. It is what it is.
He is not the Vegeta. Vegeta is like it's super control for the most part. Like even his rage is controlled. You know what I mean? The only time he like lets it go is when he's getting his Elsa moment. You know, when Elsa lets her hair down, she's singing "Let It Go." Like it's when he gets the M on his forehead, when he gets that Majin sign, and he blows up half the stands because why not? Why
he
not,
killed a lot of
Vegeta?
people.
Yeah, he killed a lot of people. Were very worried about him.
Yeah, I don't think last time I checked, Bakugo didn't actually kill anybody. He just yells.
You know, he didn't, but
just saying.
but he's chaotic as a person. He's fucking wild.
He's not mass murdering, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, he's not. I'll give you that. Like he's not killing a crowd full of people, and he definitely has a capacity to, but doesn't make it any more chaotic or controlled. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
yeah, today we're getting into season 3, and we're all the way caught up. We're up to season 6.
Yes,
do you read manga or?
I do not. I never.
You sure?
I can't read. So
okay, so you're not all the way caught up. You're just at season 6.
I'm actually glad you said this. So you guys know, I went to Bookman's today. Bookman's is a secondhand store.
You said you couldn't
here
read.
In Arizona, right? I got to make sure the kids can read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you need them to be better. They got to be able to read. I can't read, but they got to be able to. So we go to Bookman's, right? So I'm not sure if you know this. Have you ever looked at a manga before?
Yeah, not like in it. I've looked at the covers.
So I've looked at the covers. I'm not sure if you know this, but even when they dub the manga, they still start it from right to left.
From right to left?
Yeah, so think about grabbing a book and opening up that book. And when you open up that book, you turn your page to the left.
Yeah.
When you're done reading it. Mangas, it's the opposite. You turn it to the right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so the book opens essentially if you flip the book around and you're reading it from the back to the front. That's how mangas are, and I don't fucking like it.
So it's similar to the car concept. We're on the left, they're on the right.
Yeah, it's just like that. Yep, because I think Japanese they read right to left.
Oh shit! So the whole system is like that.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see.
Also, I could be making that up. So
I was like,
take that for what you will.
That's a bold. Why would you say something that bold and make it up?
Well, I said I could be making it up because I think I've heard that, but I didn't double check.
You think you've heard it from
where? I'm pretty sure I've looked into it before, but once again, not
pretty
verified.
sure. Yeah,
pretty sure. That's why I said it could be a lie. I'm throwing that out there.
So long story short, you just pulled that shit out your ass. Is that what you saying?
No, it's not made up. Like I feel like I've heard it before.
That's what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that before. They read from right to left.
You feel? Yeah.
It would make sense why the books are like that too, because like I feel like I've heard that, and the evidence I have would show that they read from right to left, which would explain why the mangas are on the opposite side, even when they're dubbed.
It's possible.
So
I have no idea.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say I did not like it.
I'm just not the one who says I feel.
Dude, I was getting so frustrated because I was looking at their manga section and I would like I'd see the cover and I'd flip the book around to thumb through it to see the artwork and it'd be like backwards and stuff. I was like, dude, I don't like this.
Oh, it's got to be right to left then.
Yeah. See
if it's
see what I'm saying?
backwards.
See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
If it's completely backwards, I
Yeah,
wasn't sure if
now
the pictures
yeah,
were.
now it doesn't look so ridiculous, does it? Now you look stupid.
Yeah, you look stupid.
But where do you think MHA stacks up with all the other animes at least you've watched?
It's like middle of the pack for me. It's just a
Really?
solid anime to me. I think
Not even middle high?
it's had such a slow build because even up till season 6 is where
You
I
did
feel like it
struggle with it.
starts
Yeah.
to really really pick up. Now there's some great moments, and actually in season 4 is where it actually like feels like a top 5 anime.
Mhm.
So on top of that,
Yeah,
oh, I can't wait until you fuck up. I'm gonna be fucking with you all night.
I hope
You know
so.
how many times you fuck up per stream and I let it go?
Oh, why would you? I
Oh,
would
I
never
let it
do that
go.
for you.
I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't.
I
But
would
I'm not
never do
you,
that for
is
you.
my point. But
I think
I
it's
will be just like you just
just so
because
you
you make
guys
fun of me
know,
so much.
we're real brothers. If this is your first episode, we're real
No,
brothers, and
no,
I could beat
fuck
him up
you.
in a heartbeat.
But no, you
That's
couldn't.
why he
No,
lets it
you
go.
couldn't. All right. You got a bad
Okay.
back. All right. You're far out of your prime. I would
That is both things are true, and you'd still catch these hands.
uh,
Even the way you elbow.
uh,
Even the way you elbow. We could take this in the schoolyard, bro. You don't even
Oh, you
fucking
want to
know.
talk shit? That's all you want to do all day, every day.
All day. No, he wants to
All
talk
day, every
shit.
day.
Let him talk his shit.
All day, every day.
Yeah. But really, so do you even have it like, is it high, middle at least?
No, it's just middle of the pack, but I
Oh,
haven't
you're
seen
the
that many
fucking
anime.
worst. That makes it even
I haven't
worse.
seen that many anime.
That
No, if you
makes it
have
even worse.
four
It should be
anime,
higher up.
if you have 4 anime on your
Well,
list, which I don't
well,
have 4, but
I was gonna say if you had
figuratively
4,
speaking, middle of the pack of a not a lot isn't very,
but
it's like middle of the pack of 100 anime is 50. You know what I mean?
that would be low to me. Yeah,
But 5 out of 10, I mean, not as big of a difference.
I guess, yeah.
So
When you
out
put
of
it
all
like
the
that,
anime
yeah.
I've seen, I would put it middle of the pack only because, again, season 4 is where I feel like it really picks up. And even then, it still has pockets of like trying to appease a younger audience, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
and I won't give any spoilers away, but that's the Ari storyline, right? The overhaul arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ari, is it
Airy.
Ari or is it
Airy.
Ari?
It's definitely airy.
I was like, Ari.
Definitely airy.
Yeah, look at you already fucking up words, dude.
Dude,
Unbelievable.
we were just talking about Jeremy Piven before we started, and
Uh-huh.
he got famous from Entourage playing Ari. So Ari's
Oh.
on the money.
Oh, yeah. Nice
Yeah.
nice save there. Nice save there.
No, it's not a save. It's
I
something.
mean,
It's something I thought.
yeah. No, I get it.
Do
I
you
get it.
though? Do you get it?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
So I'm
You're
assuming
so
it's top 2 for you or top 3
Yeah, I
MHA.
mean it's in my top 3 of all time. Of like one,
God damn.
at least enjoyable, right? So my top 3 of all time are the ones I enjoy the most, not the best animes.
Oh, I thought it was
If,
the ones you least enjoy.
oh,
Of
okay,
course, it's supposed to
okay.
be the ones you enjoy the most.
Well, I think there's a
What else would
difference.
they be?
I'm just saying.
What else?
I think there's a difference between the most enjoyable and the best anime, right? Like I don't have a good example. A
On
good
your list,
example.
you separate that?
I have 2 different lists. Yeah, I have
You have
my
an
3
enjoyable
favorites.
list and a best anime list?
Yeah. For
What are you
instance, there's
talking
one
about?
like so one of my top 10, like one that's not even in my top 10 is number 1 for best anime I've ever watched.
Well, but hold on. So when people ask you what are your top 3, you go, do you mean best or do you mean enjoyable?
No, I tell them the most enjoyable ones. My most
Okay,
enjoyed
so
ones. Yeah.
those are your tops.
Yeah, because ideally that's what they're looking for the most part. Is they want to know which ones you enjoy the most, which ones are your favorites. And so it's up there, but I wanted to clarify, not verify. I wanted to clarify that I have a second list that's completely different. And
That's the
the
best
biggest
anime.
yeah, and I can give you an
Still
extreme
struggling to
example.
understand
Yeah.
how you
So
define that.
so a good example is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's not on my top 10 list of favorite animes or most enjoyable animes, but it's number 1 is one of the best animes I've ever watched, period. As far as storytelling, details, plot hole, all of it, like it's one of the best animes out there.
So then what would drop it so far on your enjoyable list?
It's so fucking sad, man. It hurts my heart.
Okay, dude.
It
Okay.
fucking hurts my heart, dude.
Okay.
It,
Really?
yeah, like legit, it puts me in like a 3 week depression.
Really?
Yeah, I have to like prepare mentally to watch it.
Yeah. That's interesting how you categorize anime. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that before. That's weird.
Yeah, well, that's like if you're looking at like the big categories, because everybody, what's your favorite funny anime? What's your favorite this? Like, you could have those conversations with people, but if you're looking at like just like top echelon, I personally separate the two. I go the best anime versus
But
my
that feels like
favorites.
more of like a that's the best sad anime in your opinion versus that's
No,
the
it's
best overall
I think
anime.
no, I think it's the best overall anime. I
And
just
yet
can't
it's
watch
you
it
just
because
don't
it's
enjoy
sad.
it.
Yeah,
You
because it's
you
so
don't
freaking
enjoy the
sad.
best anime in your opinion.
Correct.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird
You're
that
the
you nailed
first
it right on the
person
head and you don't understand
that's
it. You're like, "I don't get it. Sounds like you do."
no. No, I don't. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Okay,
It's just not understandable.
to you.
No, to anyone.
I think
Comment
I think we
below
need
if you
to
understand what you just
people
said.
understand, all right? People fucking understand. That's what
No,
I'm
they
gonna say.
don't.
They
In
get
your
it.
head, the people
Y'all
in
will
your head
ride for me.
understand,
I know
motherfucker.
y'all will. They will understand. They
Mm-mm.
get it completely.
Say,
But
comment
but
down
as
below.
far as
We
so
don't fucking get it, Comedy Hashira.
so
We
before we
don't.
get into season 3, to answer your original question, it's
Christ.
it's number 3 on my favorite of all time. And then on my best list, it's middle of the pack. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Cuz to your point, it is a tad bit on the slower side
Mm-hmm.
as far as the build, especially for a new gen in
Well,
particular.
and again, this is one where you could 100% tell kids about it. It's kid
Yeah,
friendly.
this is a very kid
Like you
friendly
could
one.
tell
Yeah.
a 12,
100%.
13-year-old about
And
this
those kid
show.
friendly ones, I think they are a bit slower. I think
Yeah.
I
Except for
you know,
Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is kid friendly, but
would you call it like would it be their first
it's more like teen friendly,
3
I should say.
teen? Yeah. I would say teen friendly. I wouldn't say kid friendly.
Right.
Like Bug who's 10, I'd let her watch it, but I definitely
But
like think
you'd
about it.
have to monitor like
Right.
what she's
Right.
watched in the past
Right.
and
Exactly.
her temperament.
And I definitely like I wouldn't have let her watch it at 8.
Right. No, I
You know
mean,
what I mean? And
no.
no problems with people letting their kids watch it at 8 cuz I have a friend who has a 7-year-old who loves it.
Right. I
And
mean,
like that's cool. That's fine. It's not like to that extent. It's not to the extent where I'm like, "Yo, kids should never be watching this when they're too young." But I
mhm.
think it's one where it's definitely the adult's choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
kids watching it at
And you're
7,
talking
if
about
the
Demon Slayer?
yeah, if a kid's watching it at 7, like if your adult's cool with it, it's fine. But I
Mhm.
definitely think a parent should monitor that one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, could my kid handle this kind of a thing? Because there are
100%.
some where I'd be like, no, never. Like you just started Food Wars.
Right.
I'm not letting Bug watch Food Wars.
Oh,
That's
you
wild.
you would that's not, you wouldn't even let teens watch Food Wars.
Me personally, no.
Well, I would say like 16 up.
Yeah,
Like
16 up, yeah.
but 15 and under, that's dangerous. That'd be
Yeah.
influential.
But it really would. And it'd be a bad influence, to
Right.
say
By the
the
time you're
least.
16, it's like, nah,
Yeah.
you're either gonna be that guy or
But
not.
but you know what I mean though? That's what I'm saying. There's the difference between those two. Where it's like if you
Yeah.
told me you were letting your 7-year-old watch Demon Slayer, I don't care. I'm not gonna judge you. You told me you were
Right.
letting your 7-year-old watch Food Wars
Or jobless reincarnation.
unattended to is the key there. Like
Uh-huh.
if you're watching it with them and you're fast forwarding it through all that weird shit,
Good luck.
they're gonna miss all the show, but like
Right.
kudos. But if they were
Right.
watching it like willy nilly on their own, I'd be like, dude, maybe it's time to reevaluate your parenting decisions.
Now, maybe we should have a side episode on what the best kid-friendly anime is because the one of
That'd
the
be
thoughts came
interesting.
up too between My Hero and Demon Slayer because My Hero is a little bit more on the kid-friendly side. You throw Dr. Stone in there. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a really fun debate in regards
yeah,
to My Hero and Dr. Stone. That'd be a sick little
yeah,
kid-friendly
yeah. It
debate to have.
depends on what you're into, all that stuff. Yeah, I agree 100%. But
Yeah.
without further ado, you want to get right into season 3?
Yeah, and
Where you let's discuss it. I mean,
let
the camp was dope.
let's do it.
The
Yeah.
camp was
How
dope.
dope would that be to be in a camp like that at that age without superpowers, let alone with? You know
Yeah,
what I
we
mean?
we never really got to go to like overnight camps, did we, as kids? Right? We
No.
definitely went to like summer school camp thingies. Like
Summer camps. Yeah.
yeah, where it was like, oh, like we did a tennis one once. We did a
Yeah.
couple other ones. We did one with just like remember we did at the Tucson Urban League with all the black people in Arizona apparently.
Mhm.
All in one summer camp.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah,
was like
dude.
50 of
I
us.
didn't even realize there was that many uh black dudes in Tucson. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like
Yeah.
it's
But
funny.
we never got to do the whole overnight camp experience.
No, never.
And I
Which would be
remember, dude, we
fucking
used to
dope.
stay up late at night. We used to watch Nickelodeon. Do you remember they used to have that show? It was like a reality show with
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah, it was
and
like
they
Zoe
were at the
101 or
camp.
some shit.
They went to the camp. They went to the camp. I can't remember what it was called,
Do
but
you
it
remember
was a
Zoe
reality
101
show.
though?
I do, but that wasn't a reality show.
No, that was Disney, but it was a camp. It was like a boarding school
Right.
oriented
I'm
show, which
talking
was
an
dope.
actual like reality show for kids where they went to a camp and it came
I
on
didn't
later at
remember
night.
that. I don't
Oh
remember that.
man, I used to love that show. I used to always look up the camps and
Interesting.
want to go
Yeah,
because
it looked dope.
back then, well, back then, I was probably fourth, fifth grade, so I was like, oh, all these dudes are making out with girls and talking to girls. I was like, yeah, I want to meet that girl or I want to meet this girl, and they probably
He's
go to that
lying.
camp every year.
He's lying.
Yeah, you're right. It was dudes. Dudes for me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Yes, sir.
But
But
it would have
yeah,
been dope.
yeah,
I
it would
would
have
have
been super
enjoyed the
dope.
shit out of that. I mean,
It
I would
would
have enjoyed it more with superpowers.
Yeah, it would have been super dope. And to have superpowers on top of the super dopeness, it would be dope as well. But I'll tell you one thing's for sure, and I will always say this. There's some whack ass quirks in this show, and that would suck ass to have a whack ass
Is there
quirk.
one you have on your mind in particular, good sir?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it feels like this is a very jaded conversation leading to one point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which cork are we talking
The
about here?
earphone bitch where she like
Oh, the
plugs
ear
her.
jacks?
Yeah, the ear Jackson. What are you gonna use your cork for?
I mean, she finds ways to use it throughout the show. She uses it
Yeah,
for like
only
search and
when the
shit like
world is
that.
coming to the end. But other than that, it would be whack though, is what I'm saying. Like I didn't say it's not useful, it's just whack. You know
Like,
how
are you
fucking whack
okay?
that would be to be
Are
walking
you
around
saying
camp?
why are
Like,
you so aggressively saying whack?
because I'm trying to say it with some energy. You're over here. All right, so you over here like what do
That's
you
fair.
this is your energy level the
I'm
entire
trying to
time.
counter your energy, good sir.
No, you're trying to bring it down. That's what you're doing.
I'm
Why are
trying
you
to take it
yelling?
back up.
Why are you yelling? Talk normal. No. You eat
No.
pieces of shit for breakfast?
God
No.
damn. But I don't know. I don't know if that would be like, do you mean like whack as far as a quirk in
Just
general?
whack. Like just
Like, or
you're with all
usefulness
your
in like the hero class?
just whack as though imagine you in that camp. If you were
Uh-huh.
trying to be the cool kid, hang out, talk with motherfuckers, you don't want to walk up, everybody be like, "What's your quirk?" And then you're like, I can hear things."
I mean, that's a good point.
Walls.
But it's still not as whack as fucking Mineta. Fucking, I got sticky great
There
balls that
his
grow from
shit's
my
whack
head.
too. I didn't say it was
Fucking
less whack, but
oh, you thought it couldn't get cooler? Like, imagine him going up to people. What's up, ladies? Like, these balls are
let me
sticky.
stick my balls on your
Yeah,
forehead.
and guess what?
That would be funny. You would be like the funny dude with that quirk
I mean, I guess.
if
I
you know
think
what you're
funny.
doing.
I think a funny dude is just a funny dude. I think you could be funny with any quirk if you're funny enough.
Well, dude, you'd be like, "Let me roll these balls on your back, girl, Momo."
But they stick. How could he roll them?
Not when he touches them. When he touches them, they move,
Right, but they would stick on her.
and it would probably feel good rolling it up and down her back.
It would be stuck to her, and he
No, it
would
wouldn't,
just
because he
his
could pull it
arm would be
off.
rolling.
No, he could pull it off.
I don't know. I don't know,
You don't
man.
think he could pull his own
No,
balls
he
off of
can.
shit
They get
or
so
roll
sticky.
balls on the shit?
I don't think they would work like that, but I mean, now we're just splitting hairs at this point.
You are just splitting hairs at this point,
I think his
not
fucking quirk
me.
sucks.
You.
Why are you so angry? Are you
I'm
just
not
mad because I'm
angry.
getting at your
I'm
boy?
not angry.
Minetta's his favorite, guys. It's
What are you
always been his
talking about?
favorite. He'll always be his favorite.
It's
Minetta's his
alright, man.
favorite.
You
I
could be a
attacked his
hater.
favorite. That's my bad. I
You
apologize.
you
I'm
could be a
sorry.
hater.
I didn't mean to do it. I apologize. Okay.
You a hater.
Do you forgive
It
me?
is what it is. No, I don't. I don't forgive
Okay.
haters.
All right. Okay.
I don't
Well,
forgive
fair enough.
haters.
Yeah, but I do agree that it would be shit to like be in a group of hero classes, like to get
And
accepted in and be like,
yeah.
"Why'd y'all accept me?" Yeah, you
You're
know
at
what
the
I mean?
top school, you rub balls on people's foreheads. You know what I mean? It's like,
Especially like when you
yeah.
go, like so when you go and they did like the sports festival. Remember, you had like Shinzo who did really well. Imagine you got into hero class and you know that nigga's better than you.
Mhm.
And you're just Mineta over there, like, how the fuck did I
You don't
get
have
in
a
and
high
that
ceiling.
nigga didn't? You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta feel bad.
100%.
It's gotta
Yeah,
feel
no, and
terrible.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you out there kicking ass, you gonna rise up the hero ranks as well, which is what's dope about their ranking system in comparison to One Punch Man's ranking
They
system.
do,
You know what
yeah,
I
they do a
mean?
pretty good job because
It's
it's what,
fair.
twofold, right? Like
Twofold.
one is the fucking like you crowd, like you're like people. Like, do people like popularity? Fuck.
Oh, popularity is what they
Yeah.
rank by.
So
I thought it
popularity
was
is
by.
part of it and cases closed is the second part. So
Oh,
they
okay.
use those two metrics to rank you.
Right, but what will really rise you up is your output first, because if you suck, doesn't
I
matter your
don't
popularity.
well, I don't think they detail how much each
Yeah,
one
but if
plays
you
into
look
factor.
how badass each one is on the upper levels, you could tell
Uh-huh.
they kick ass. Like none of them don't kick ass.
Right, but
It's just
like
from there, popularity takes a role.
I mean, I guess you're right because at the very top is Endeavor and he's not very well liked, but he
Right.
closes enough cases to make up for it.
He dominates.
But I think you would have to see the numbers cuz what if he like triples the amount that Hawks does?
Maybe, but
You
point
know what I
being
mean?
is that's splitting hairs at that point. Is now you're going in depth into within what they judge
Yeah, I would
cases
like
off of.
to. Yeah, I would like to know
But
more about that.
ultimately, all of them close a shit ton of cases. And
Yeah.
bottom line is the main difference between All Might and Endeavor isn't the amount of cases, it's popularity.
Yeah.
But he also takes on
So
the ultimate
yeah,
final
now
boss.
you know how in the group they out in the group they do the fucking they like split them up with their depending on their quirks in the camp. Like they'll be like, "Hey, you all the strength quirks go with this hero, all the search and rescue quirks go with this hero, all that shit." You know what I'm talking about? When
Yeah.
they did that at the camp.
Hmm.
Do you think they just have one person who's like, "Yo, take all the whack ones," and they just didn't
One
show that
person is like,
part?
take all the whack ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
take your time, process. Take your
Yeah.
time. It was a lot to process.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
had to have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I figured. Thank you
Yeah,
for
I
your
can see that
input.
happening.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
All right. Who do you think improved the most at the camp?
If I had to say something, it would be probably that wing dude. He's not even one of the main
The wing
guys.
dude.
He has like
The one with
arms
the
for
eyes. He
wings.
can grow arms. He can grow
Yeah.
eyes.
And he helped out in the middle of their forest fight.
Yeah.
He was big time in that where he pulled up to help out Midoriya. But I mean Midoriya he he took on Muscular by himself. Well,
Okay.
with the exception of Coda, but I mean that was a massive feat because Muscular was a fucking problem. So considering they went straight from the camp to in the middle
Mm-hmm.
of that, Midoriya's taking out Muscular. It's hard not to give him the most improved or the because that's what the question was, right? Who improved the
Yeah.
most?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, me personally, I think the most improved at the camp was Midoriya. And honestly, like it's
Yeah.
it's actually kind of jaded on this because I think in these early seasons, and keep in mind, guys, we're caught up, and so I'm not going to give away any spoilers, I promise. But I think it's jaded in the sense that a lot of these early seasons focus on his development as a whole, anyways. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it; he's the main character, but he also started from zero. It's uh, the whole Sasuke Naruto thing, right? Where Naruto, he
Nah, I wouldn't say it's quite
well,
like
he
that,
was
but I see what you're saying.
it's similar. It's not exactly the same, but
Yeah.
my point being is he was at the bottom of the class. And at one point, Kakashi, remember, he was talking to Sasuke, and he's like, "You're
Mhm.
mad at his improvement, but he had the most room to improve. He was ranked at the bottom of the class. You were ranked
Mhm.
at the top. You had the least amount to improve." I think even All Might touches on that with Bakugo at some point.
Yeah.
Like
No, he does.
like Midoriya was in last place in all
Mhm.
of the tests and everything. He's the newest one with a quirk. Like he's gonna improve the most. So it sucks that I think he improved the most, and I don't like having that cop out answer. I wish I had a more creative answer, but ultimately, like he did. He was the one who improved
Yeah, I
the
mean,
most.
that and that's the premise of the show is that it's it's really about how he learns to be a hero as he's learning his quirk at the same time.
Yeah,
And so it focuses a lot on his mindset and his purity as a person. So
purity as a
that's
person.
kind
Yeah,
of the
that was an
premise.
interesting choice of words that I actually really liked. To be honest with you, the purity as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I would have never put that together, but the second you said it, I was like, "Huh, that's a nice touch. I
right
like
cuz
it."
cuz how many people in average day life will put up with that little shit Coda being a little douchebag.
Dude,
You know
fuck
what I
that little
mean?
kid for real.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I get it. Your parents died and that would suck, but you're being a little shit right now.
I mean, I get it, dude. Your parents died.
That
Terrible.
sucks.
That's
But
awful. You have every
stop
right
being a
to be
little
upset
shit.
about that. But also, you fucking suck, dude. Suck it up. All right? Like, stop being a little bitch. Deku didn't kill your parents. All right? There's no reason to
Right.
be like that. Also, your parents died not because a villain took them out. It's because their quirk was fucking lame.
Right.
Your parents were adult super soakers, you bitch.
Bitch.
Stop being a bitch, Coda.
Bitch. Yeah. He's
That's what you
if
get for having
if
a
I was
trash
saving
quirk and being
him,
a hero.
if I was saving him, I would be in the middle of talking shit. So in the middle of that muscular fight, I'd be talking
Uh,
shit
oh, for
to
sure.
Coda
Yep.
the entire time. Like, oh yeah, huh? Where's your daddy? Huh? He's not
Oh
here, is
shit.
he?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Fuck. Never
Where
mind.
your
I
dad
thought
at?
we were
He
on the same
dead.
page here.
Where your mom at? She dead.
Now step back. Let me show you how it's done. Yeah, no, we are not on the same page. I thought we were. I would have been
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I thought you didn't like heroes, but now you need saving. Yeah, you're singing to a different tune, huh? Yeah, now we fucking matter, don't we?" I wouldn't be like, "Yeah, your parents died. You feel good about that? You want to go home and cry about it? Oh, your mom died from this villain right here." Me. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be doing all that. No, that
Yep.
seems a little fucked up. Still baby. Still
Yeah.
young.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. He's a little shit. So,
Yeah.
what did you think of that muscular fight?
You know, I'm tired of Deku fucking at that point, like when it happened, I remember like looking back from the first time I watched it, I was like, dude, stop breaking your body.
Mm,
Like, at what point are you gonna stop breaking your body to save people? I understand you want to, and
mm,
people can put you back together, but this is enough. Be better, man.
mm-hmm.
Figure that shit out. You know what I mean?
So you didn't like the fact that he had his arms all fucking bridged up in the middle of a fight against
No.
other people running around
Yeah,
trying to
getting
still help
fucking
people, trying to
yeah,
still
getting
save
carried out.
people?
That part was thug. That part was thug. He was like, "Yo, fuck these arms."
Yeah,
Um,
what they should have had happen was him running up trying to save Bakugo right
just
before he got taken and just get punched in the fucking face. Just oh, oops! I think I hit
oh,
my
oh,
mic.
oh, you hit
Is
your
that
mic?
fucked up?
No, you're good.
All
You're
right,
good. It sounds
this a
all
thousand
good.
dollar
Yeah.
mic. I better not hit that shit.
I should be able to wipe my ass with this shit and still work.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been funny, but no, I'm just tired of him breaking his arms and shit. Now,
yeah.
I know like right there we're getting to the villains infiltrating the camp. So, one thing we actually haven't discussed, and I apologize for leaving this out the fucking thing, but there's very clearly a mole.
Oh, somebody snitching.
Somebody's snitching. Um, I don't know who it is.
They got a
To
little
this day,
Mechamaru up in
just so you
there.
guys know, this isn't a spoiler. We're in season 6. I still don't fucking know who it is.
They got a little
But
Mechamaru in there.
great fucking reference, good sir. They figured that out within an episode.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we need to find the guy. And 30 seconds later, they're like, we found the guy.
And he's dead
Jujutsu,
now.
Jujutsu Kaisen don't play, dude.
The mole was killed by the other team. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that is not the
JJK is
case.
different.
That is not the case in MHA. We are in
No.
season 6. I still have no idea who the mole is. And just so
Right.
you manga readers know, do not fucking put it in the fucking comments.
And let
You
me say
pieces of
one
shit.
thing,
No,
and
here
I
we go.
tell you this all the time.
All right, guys, I'm sorry.
Why the fuck is no one panicking in this show? All right?
Oh,
They
shit,
go
you're right.
through bullshit after bullshit,
That's
and
true.
they go right back to some UA games. God damn it. Every
Yeah.
single time.
You would think at a certain point.
Somebody would be like, hold on, hold up. I have something to say.
I mean, they have the discussion where they talk about canceling stuff and letting stuff go, but no one seems panicked in any of those.
They need to put me at that damn school conference table. I mean, hold up. All Might almost died a couple seasons ago, and then now Bakugo just got stolen.
You're gonna
We
say that
need
in the room. He almost died a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna be like, "Was that fall?"
He's sitting right there in his buff form. He's like, "He ain't lying. He's not lying. I did almost die." And
That's true.
Bakugo just gets stolen. They almost lost Dark Shadow. I forgot the guy's name, but all that shit's happening at camp, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And people are still like, let's just
Also, can we give
continue.
them a fucking break, dude? Like, can we give them a break? Like, they're fucking kids. What are we doing here? Let them fucking breathe.
Yeah.
Let them be kids for once. God damn, dude. No
Shit.
other class has to deal with this shit. This shit is fucking wild, sir.
Yeah.
But yes, no one panics. That's
No one
fucking
panics.
wild. Now, I know like we talked about the whole fight and everything like that, but do you think they were successful in their ultimate goal? Like, do you think, or I guess a
You
better
know
way to
what?
put that is, would you call it a success? That's
No.
the way I went to put it.
Only because Bakugo's Bakugo, right? What ends up happening happens. Now, it would have been a success had Bakugo actually been a bad guy,
Right.
but I think they would have been better off, which I think may be even better question to that, if they had Dark Shadow instead. Because Dark Shadow is separate from the guy. I forgot his name, man. Fuck.
Yeah, I can't
Fucking
think
hell,
of it
man.
either. I can't
It's
think
gonna
of it. It's
piss me
fine.
off.
Yeah, you're
He's
fine.
a sick character.
Yeah,
But
he's one of my
the
favorites.
fact
too.
that he has a separate mindset from Dark Shadow, they could potentially try to control Dark Shadow versus
I don't,
controlling him.
but at a
And
certain
put
point,
him
don't
in
you,
circumstances to where Dark Shadow could help them out.
this is the frustrating part because I wish they'd explain more because I don't think that's possible. But I also don't know if it's not possible. You know what I mean? That's
I was
only
about to
my
say,
inference.
you just don't know.
You just don't know, and it's like I agree with you. Like,
But that's
take it and find out. Like, I don't
Right.
think they were successful. I don't think you can call that a win. Like, they
no,
wanted to get Bakugo.
of course not.
They ended up getting Bakugo.
Right.
So they accomplished what they wanted
But
to.
they wanted Bakugo and Dark Shadow. That
right.
They didn't
And-
accomplish all of it.
Right. And I think their main one was Bakugo. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think ultimately
'Cause he
that
has the
was
most
like
upside.
I think it was a huge L. I think it was a huge, not even like close. I think it was a huge L because they got fucked
And they
up
lost
at
two
that
dudes.
camp.
They
And
lost
these
the
are
teeth
grown
dude
men to
and the
children.
muscular.
Yeah, and then don't forget the gas canister guy.
Oh yeah, him as well.
They lost a gas canister guy too from a different fucking
Yeah.
school.
Who's a fucking has a dope ability, man. That's
It
a
was an
dope ass
interesting one.
ability.
That was an
To be able to
interesting
do
one.
that and then to make people fight within your poison is dope.
Yeah, that's fair. It
so
does make
they
it
lost
trickier.
some good guys, and then obviously muscular's a fucking issue.
Yeah, and it's just weird. Like they took so many L's during that fight.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys are all adults. These are children at a school, and you guys
Yeah.
lost all those about.
No,
Like, what?
I
Their
think it
goal
would've
should
been-
be chaos.
I think it would have been cooler for the storyline if
Mhm.
they got him and Dark Shadow, and then Bakugo got the fuck up out of there, but then they somehow kept Dark Shadow for whatever
That would have
reason.
been interesting,
and
and the
then-
whole
and
thing is,
then
dude
l-
has to convince Dark Shadow to come back to him.
Right. Or Yeah, and for whatever reason, for at least a little bit, they learn how to control Dark Shadow on the League of Villains, and
That'd
then
be
they gotta
interesting.
get him back.
That'd be
So it
an
would
interesting
be a
storyline.
cool little side storyline
Yeah,
to what they're doing, but
honestly, I just wish, like, I think I've said this before. The only thing I would have changed about their plan is I think they should have created chaos in Discord. I think that should have been the only goal. Just pop in and out, because if your goal is chaos, you don't need to be there long. You just need to have an impact when you're there. Fucking do kind of like how you did with the at the fucking devastation center,
mhm,
where they had all the like different testing grounds with 13, and they did all that shit,
mhm,
like where you transport people in different areas, you discombobulate them, and then
mhm,
fucking attack and go, like just cause fucking chaos and
mhm.
dip. Don't come in with the master plan of we want to do this, we want to do this. Just cause fucking chaos and fucking dip.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah,
if
the
you just
warping
leave them
ability's pretty
uneasy,
OP.
yeah, I think if you just leave them uneasy, you accomplish so much more there if you take away their peace of mind.
Well, and you think about it, UA is making so many mistakes in regards to the lack of preparation for
Right.
each event that they have.
Yeah,
It's
at a certain
disgusting.
point, you're bringing up
Like
another
I'm
good point.
saying, like
At a
it's
fucking
just
certain point, you gotta fucking try and
panic.
protect these goddamn fucking kids. What
Right.
are we doing here?
It's like
And I understand, like, oh,
it,
hey, we're not gonna cancel this, we're not gonna cancel that. Well, how about we take some defensive measures then here? All right. How about we put up a barrier? How about we do this?
like
How about we do that? Like,
one of the
let's
cool
go ahead.
one of the coolest introductions was Dobby because Dobby is gonna be even doper down the line,
Yes, sir.
and he works Eraserhead immediately
Works him.
and works him, and he literally pulled like a Jogo Nanami, you know what I mean, where he's just real quick, boom,
And it wasn't even
smacks
a
him,
real him.
and
It was
then
a fucking twice
and it
double.
was a clone,
Yeah.
right? And
Real
it's
Dobby's a
like
bigger problem.
right, so it's like, come on, man, you only had one teacher there, like ready to help. It's
That's true. Yeah. I
and
mean, they had the
Eraser
three
has dope,
heroes, or
but
four, right? The cat heroes. There's four of them.
oh yeah, but they weren't even around for that fight, or
No,
did they get
they
taken out at the beginning as
they
well? Because
were
I don't
they
even
they
remember
were they were there.
Eraserhead.
They just didn't do much.
Yeah,
It
I don't even
shows them
remember
there. They were
Eraserhead,
there
but
fighting.
it's
Yeah,
like
but on the
Jesus.
plus side, them taking Bakugo leads to one of the dopest fights in MHA,
Yeah,
and
up to this
probably
point for sure.
one of the dopest fights in anime.
I was about to say up until this point for sure in the show, and then yeah, it is pretty dope in comparison.
Yeah, fucking All Might versus All for One.
Yeah, again, it kind of sucks because it feels like it could have been a little bit more had he not had Bakugo there, kind of holding him back. Like imagine a full on All Might the whole time
Without Bakugo.
without Bakugo there against him. Let's throw these hands
Yeah,
1v1.
because
Not you have to
he can
save
only
someone.
go, yeah, because he can only go all out when they left. So
Right.
there's a brief period, right?
But hold
But
on. To round out the point,
mhm,
the reason it takes away is because All Might's not even the one who saves him. So it's one thing
that's
if it's a
true. The kids
1v1
do.
and then All Might ends up saving him and then
Right,
gets to the
right.
end and then
Yeah.
like barely edges it out like he did. That would be dope. But the fact that the kids are the ones who ended up saving him and half of
Okay.
that fight was him holding back, it's like, fuck.
It
Why
could have
not
been
just
more.
have
It could have been more, is what
it
you're
could
saying.
have been
I get
like
it.
more
Okay.
epic.
Yeah, I get you. So it was already phenomenal, but you
Right.
almost took half of it away
Exactly.
because of that. All right, I see what you're
So
saying.
I my
That's a
point
good
is
point.
if
That's a
that
very
would have
good fucking
happened,
point.
I would have put it even like I could really get a grasp on where I would put it in comparison to all the other anime I've watched so far.
Okay,
But
that's fair.
because it felt like it was half done,
Are you calling it mid again?
I'm calling it mid for how epic it actually
So
was.
you're
It's still a
telling me
phenomenal fight.
you're telling me All Might versus All for One is a mid fight.
In comparison to other anime, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't have the other anime
You
off
know,
top, so I couldn't
it
tell you, oh,
sucks.
this fight's better, this fight's better,
It
this fight's better.
sucks because I disagree with you, but I also can't fight your logic.
Right. I mean, I get it. It's a dope fight.
And
I'm
that
not saying
makes
it's
this
not a dope fight.
frustrating. It makes it so frustrating because I'm like, you're wrong. And here's why you're wrong. Because you said this and that was right. And you said this. that was also right. But ultimately, you said this, and
Right.
that's yeah, all right.
And I'll tell
Okay.
you one
All
thing's for
right.
damn sure. I'm never gonna say, "Oh yeah, all right, that was kind of mid," and just kick back and not give a reason. Just say it's mid.
Sounds like me.
Cause you know how, yeah, I was about to say it. If you talk to motherfuckers in the streets, like just your average day to day person,
Oh, they won't give you
and
anything
they
no matter
won't
how
tell you
much
anything.
pushback. I
You'll
fucking hate people
they'll
like
tell you,
that
"Oh,
so
I didn't
much.
really," or
Dude,
"I did," and they won't explain shit. And
all
you're,
right. So here's the thing, right? Because I kind of do that to an extent. Like, I'll be
yeah, I
like,
have to
I'm
keep
not,
pushing you. No,
yeah,
motherfucker, you're gonna tell me.
yeah, yeah. But if we argue, like, if I'm like, yo, that fight is mid, you'd be like, why? And I'd be like, because it was trash. And I'd leave it at that,
And I'd be
right?
like, "Why?"
Yeah, but if you like come at me, if you're like, no, that fight was the greatest fight ever, I'd be like, how? And then you could pull it out of me, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like I didn't form my opinion based on what I think. Just like I don't want to
See,
give it.
but you're evil because you do that. You'll go, yeah, it's mid, and then I'll be like, why? It's trash, and I'll be like, why the fuck do you think it's trash? And you're like, how is it good? And you'll wait for me to say something, and then I'll give my
And then I'll
explanation,
try and pick
and then
you
you'll try
apart.
to pick my
Yep.
explanation
Yep.
apart,
Sure
and
will.
then at the very end, you'll be like, oh yeah, and then that's why it was trash. You'll give like 1 point, and we'll
Yep.
go down this 20-minute rabbit hole for you to give your 1 point at the end.
Yep. 100%. Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
exactly what
dude,
I do.
you're a
You got me
dick.
figured
You're a
out, man.
dickhead.
Yep.
You're a dickhead.
It's a great way to argue.
Horrible.
Terrible way to share your point, but a great way to argue. So, checks and balances. But like, it's the people where you're just like, why is it bid? All right, dude. This is why. And they'll be like, oh, why is it good? And you're telling them why you're good. And they're like, yeah, it's still mid. Like, dude,
Yeah, no,
I fucking hate
I
that
don't fuck
shit.
with people
I
like
fucking
that.
hate it. Yeah, I'm like, all right, dude, you're worth nothing.
Yeah, you're a piece
Like,
of shit.
okay, all right. So
You're a
you've never
piece of
watched
shit,
it.
and I hope you burn in hell.
Yeah.
It's like,
At
all
that point, I just act like they've never seen it and they don't know what they're talking about and they're just trying to get a
right,
rise out of me. Just like,
right,
okay, so you've never seen it. All right. Well, you could have
right,
just said that. You didn't have to call it mid. You could just been like, I never seen it.
right.
But yeah, I think as far as MHA, obviously, even up to the point where we're at, I think it's one of the better fights. That
Mhm.
shit, I actually cried. I cried
Dude.
after that fight.
And then
After that fight.
back when I first watched it, you remember I told you I almost cried during that fight
Yeah.
too, but
Shit fucked me up.
I told you I wish he died at that
Oh
moment. You remember
shit.
that?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you did. I
just
do
remembered that.
remember that.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot
And you
about
were all
that.
like, "What? Why would you want him to die?" And I was like, I felt like the only reason I didn't cry was because he survived. If he
Mm,
died, oh, there's no
fucking
shot in hell.
waterworks.
And it would
Yeah.
have just been it would have elevated that fight into a top 5 fight for me if
I
All Might
remember
died.
that was a big point of yours when we
Yeah.
had talked about it after you watched it.
It
You're
just
like, it's
would
would
have
have
been,
elevated the
oh man, the just
fucking
euphoria of not only the character,
right.
the show.
Yeah, that would have been phenomenal choice. It would have
And
fucked my world up, but it would
oh
have been a
man,
phenomenal choice.
there's a point I want to make that I can't cuz it'll give away what's
Oh,
happening in
that
the
fucking
future.
sucks.
So I hope and pray that I remember this for when it comes up. But
Okay.
there is one way where I think if he dies in this point,
Uh-huh.
and I'll tell you after we stop recording, but if
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start talking about what I think in this fight, and then you're gonna text it to me so you don't forget it.
oh
I
okay.
give you permission. You know how much I hate fucking phones on this goddamn podcast.
Okay.
You guys, it's one of my
Yeah, I'll
biggest
do it
peeves
right
in the
now. Fuck
fucking
it.
world. If this dude looks at his phone, if you guys see my face, because he doesn't really do it, but I'm not a fucking fan.
No,
But
I only did it back when
ultimately,
we were doing the
yeah,
fucking
and he would do it and
crazy.
check his notes, and
Yeah.
that's fine. But
That's the
I
only time
still
I did
hate
it.
it, and even then, I still hated it. I'd be like, I'd tell him like, dude, just put your notes up on your computer.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like the fight made me fucking cry. Like I cried so much because afterwards, when he's like, you're next. I don't know why that shit fucked me up so bad. And I hated that I cried because fucking Deku cries so goddamn much that it completely fucked me up, fucked my world up, fucked my life up, really. Like I just was not a fan. And I will continue to go on this rant as long as I have to, as long as I need to, because I'm never gonna stop. You're always gonna get the best out of me. And please look up and continue this conversation because I'm
All
running out
right,
of things to
all right,
say.
get it. Shut up. I was like
Shut it
struggling writing the
up!
second part to that because you're fucking. That's all I hear. Jesus Christ.
I didn't think about that. I apologize.
But yeah, so that what I was talking. Oh man, that would make
Yeah.
him dying, and then on top of what I just sent you, man, I feel like
Yeah.
that would elevate this
And
show.
then, well, the one good thing that they did about this fight is they took away his powers. That was the last
Yes,
bit of his powers.
it needed to
So
happen.
so it's kind of like a nice little a little
Farewell.
yeah, a nice little
Mhm.
farewell. So it wasn't a full measures, but it was like 50%. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a
Oh
common theme in
yeah.
this show.
Yep. Black power.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, whoa, no. Was
Whoa.
that wrong?
Whoa. I
Was
didn't know
that
All
wrong?
Might was
All right.
black. That's crazy.
That's a negra.
That's a negra.
That's a negra for sure,
That's a
dude.
negra.
His name is All Might.
That's a modelo negra.
Stupid.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but ultimately a
like
dope fight. I
could
mean,
you imagine
regardless,
though? Could
just
you
dope.
imagine being like at the peak how All Might was
Man,
and then just
it's just all
nothing?
gone.
You went from like 2
Depression.
hours, like it's going away, but you still
Depression,
have it.
man.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
even though it's going away and you're limited in the time you can do, you
yeah,
still have it.
yeah,
And these kids are getting attacked and you're always at least able to save it for that. And now
yeah.
you're just fucking helpless and he's a skinny piece of shit.
Yeah, now people have to save you. Dude, you go from being
Oh
the number
fuck, dude.
one
Yeah,
hero,
that's gotta be the worst.
saving thousands
Yeah.
daily. This
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker, which by the way, I caught the fact that he's flying around and shit. This motherfucker's flying around, saving motherfuckers left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And man, you go from that to nothing. Depression.
I couldn't do it, man.
I think he would
I
consider
don't think I could teach for sure. Be around kids with quirks trying to be heroes. I
nah.
couldn't do it.
I'd be in my room all day. I'd be like,
I'd
get
just
away
be
from
fucking
me.
sad. Yeah, I'd be fucking sad. Although I might like try and like find something, like I'd like just be famous, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Go like show up at schools, do motivational talks, sign
No.
autographs,
Fuck
do the
that.
press junket. You know what I mean? Like
Fuck
I think
that.
I
All
would
it
go
takes
that
is one
route.
little teenager to kick your ass, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh
That's
God.
fair. That's fair. You can ask Cat Williams
Everybody's
about
talking
that.
shit to you.
That 13-year-old, fuck him up, dude.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he can run a 4.240 for whatever reason.
That's big facts.
Fucking guy.
That's big facts.
Now, the aftermath of that is the fucking.
Mm-hmm.
I will say their safety measures was the dorms.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah,
that the right choice? Is that the route you go there?
it's definitely better than what they've been doing. So I will give them credit there in regards
Okay.
to, you have more provision over them. But
Right.
again, right after all that shit happens, we just saw All For One. The whole world should be like, oh my God, we just saw All For One. All Might looks like a 70-year-old dude now.
Yep.
We need to panic.
Yep. Which I
Why
mean, to
is
their
no one
credit,
panicking?
to their credit, the world as a whole kind of did. Like crime shot the fuck up
Well,
when they
crime
all
shot
saw
up,
that.
but what do they turn around and do at UA? Right after that happens.
Yeah, I mean they set up the dorms and then they go back to class, stuff like that.
No, but what
And
following go back to class? What's the next kind of big thing for them?
they do the hero test and all
The
that
hero
shit.
tests.
Oh,
They're
that's true,
doing
which is
tests
off
for them
campus.
being
Yeah,
heroes
yeah.
in the middle of what just happened.
But I think that's not a bad move because when they're getting into the hero test, they did say like, hey, typically this is a third year thing. We're putting you guys in that as first years because you tend to be targeted and we need you to be able to act without thinking. And
You
so
tend to
that
need
one
to be
actually
pros right now.
yeah. So I do understand that. Before we get into that
Just
real
give it
quick,
to
I
them.
do want to say that I
Fuck
think the
that.
dorm systems was the wrong choice because they keep getting attacked at the school or when they're doing events for the school. So your solution to this was to keep them at the place they keep getting attacked.
Well, it's the same concept as Harry Potter.
Uh
That's what they did
that's
for
a
Harry
that's a
Potter.
fucking valid point, good sir. That is
Yeah,
what they did for Harry
but
Potter.
you
All
know
right.
what?
I withdraw my conclusion.
And
'Cause
that's
I
the
fucks
thing
with
is,
Harry Potter.
because if they were smart, if the League of Legends were smart, they would just start
Burn it
picking them
down.
off.
Oh, pick them off. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Burn what down? The building?
Burn it all down.
Oh Jesus!
Burn
Alrighty
everything.
then.
Some
Alrighty
people
then.
just want to see the world burn, man.
Okay. Okay, Alfred.
But
Yeah,
yeah, no,
but if they were
you're right
smart, they would
there.
just start picking them off with warp once they
Yeah,
leave, right? Once they go home.
yeah, that's true. I mean, that probably would have been the best way to go about it. Now that I think about it, but we all know like every villain's got a monologue, right? Like, why actually do what you can do when you can talk about it?
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
I think the Incredibles make fun of that, where Syndrome's talking and the Mr. Incredible throws a rock at him. He's like, "Oh, you caught me monologuing." He's like, "You got me. You're good, man. You're old, but you're good." It's the same thing there. But
Yeah. Right.
back to the hero test. Back to the
Mm-hmm.
fucking hero test. Favorite
Mm-hmm.
stage. Did you think the first stage better than the second stage better than the first stage? Where you at with that?
I like the first stage better. It reminded me of like laser
With the
tag.
balls? With the
Yeah.
balls? Yeah, you're a
I
big
think it
fan
would
of
be
balls.
all right. You just waiting to say that, huh?
I
You just
was.
had that in
This
the
whole
pocket.
time I had
You
it
had
queued
that in the
up.
holster. You're
I
like,
had it
come on,
queued the
say
fuck
it,
up.
say
Yep.
it, say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You like balls in your mouth, don't you?
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
but I like that event because you get my girl Cami Utsusuki or whatever her name is.
You're talking about the girl Toga impersonated? Who's
No, that
fucking
was
soft?
He did Uraraka. She did Uraraka, didn't she?
No, she overtook the Cammy was the glamour chick who can make glamour impressions and shit like that. Yeah.
No, no, she's the one who can turn invisible.
No, she can't.
Yes, she can.
Are you talking about the one at Saketsuku
Talking
High?
about Cammy from UA. She's at one of the schools. I think she's at the same school that Lemillion goes to.
At UA.
Or no, she's a different school. My bad then.
Yeah.
And they had the multiple schools come
Yeah,
over.
she was in the
Cammy's the one
black.
who's
She was in the black
yes,
outfit. She's
yeah.
got the fucking.
She
She's
goes
got the
invisible.
captain's hat.
Yeah.
She loses her presence. She doesn't go invisible. She loses her presence. That's Toga.
No, Toga transforms into people.
I'm telling you, Toga took over her. She
Oh well,
captured her and
well.
took over her.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you
So
that
it wasn't
she's
even
in
her
it.
at the
I know
event.
it wasn't her, but I'm saying you see her there. It's similar to me saying
Okay.
the Dobby thing, where
Okay.
it's a clone, but you get an introduction to his style of character.
Gotcha. Okay. Continue.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
So
that's not
yeah,
her
you get
power.
to
Her
see.
power is glamour.
No, her power is going invisible.
Mm-mm.
How much you want to bet?
$1 million.
All
I'm
right,
so
bet.
confident on
Million
this.
dollars.
Yeah,
Bet.
we'll look it up
Bet
when
a
it's done.
$1,000,000.
Yeah.
What are you, 12?
I felt good about that $1 million bet until you
Golly.
called me 12 years old. I did not feel good then because I was a very good caller on that one. Yeah, no, because when she went to the remedial classes, because she failed because obviously Toga took her place and then she disappeared after stage 1, right? And
Mhm.
so when she did the remedial classes, you find out that she can create like illusions. That's her power.
Oh, so it's not her being able to go invisible. It's her creating present or
It's
creating
creating illusion.
illusions. My
Yeah.
bad.
And that's why I said Toga being her, Toga learned how to mask her presence. And while she was pretending to be her, she was masking her presence, which made her feel invisible. That's what you're getting it confused with.
Okay.
Does
All
that
right.
make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
when they're fucking with the kids and shit like that in the remedial classes, that's when you find out what her actual, because it's actually her, that's when you
Mhm.
find out what her actual power is, which is
Mhm.
essentially illusions, but they call it glamour.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I feel pretty confident on that one.
All right.
More confident than I did about the right to left.
Right to left on
On
what was
the
that
on the
again?
mangas when we were talking about the
Oh, yeah,
mangas.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
Like
yeah, Japan, they read
reading
from
right
right
to
to
left.
left. And you're like, you know that? And I was like, I don't. That's not
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
don't take my
remember.
word for it. I feel
Yeah.
more confident about this than I do about that.
Right, but seeing her as a baddie, man,
Yeah, she is a
she's a
baddie.
baddie. But
Yeah, I did
I
like the
like the ball game.
strategy. I like the strategy behind the ball game. I thought it was interesting and it made sense that they would like team up with kids from their own school because they know each other's quirks and stuff like that. But me personally, I would try and team up with people who I don't know. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because it makes for a better strategy because you spend that whole thing was timed. I think it was 2 hours, and I
Mhm.
could be wrong. So if I got it wrong, talk your shit, do what you want to do. But I think it was 2 hours, and so you spend 30 minutes talking with the person planning it out. No
Mhm.
one's ever seen you guys work together, so they're all gonna be fucked up on however you decide to work together. So you'd be able to get through there pretty quick,
Yeah, but you'd
and you
have to like have a convo with that person. You'd have
right.
to have a long convo. You'd have to like he'd have to explain his ability to you. They'd have
Yeah.
to you'd have to
Um.
really, really
I
sit there and
mean,
strategize.
I do like the gamesmanship. Like you have to get two people out, I think it was. And
Mhm.
so you could hit as many people their first or second one all you want. But if you don't hit that third one,
Yeah, it means
then it
nothing.
doesn't count. So I get
Right.
hit 1,000 people's first one and it doesn't do jack shit.
Yeah, I don't really
Uh
care for that aspect of it. I just like the games. It's just a
just
cool
just
game.
you thought it just looked fun,
Yeah, it's just like a
essentially.
fun game, like
I
that
will
I
say
would want to play.
I would say it would be fun.
Yeah, yeah,
That
it'd be
that
dope.
aspect it would be. I still think the
It's like
second one was the
dodgeball,
better.
you know?
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. I do still think the second one's a better test of like a hero
Oh, of
situation.
course. Yeah,
And so that was obviously my
that
favorite. That
is
was
a
my
hero
favorite stage,
situation.
especially listening to Bakugo yell at people.
Yeah,
Like he
I
was
mean,
calling he was
that
calling them
never gets old.
extras and
Yeah,
fucking get over there extras. You could walk. Remember he was yelling. Remember there's that one. My favorite part in this was that one. Those one people who walk. They're like, oh, this hurts. This hurts. Oh, this is bad. And he's like, shut up, extras. You're not hurt. Walk. And they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, I guess it's really not that bad. Okay,
yeah,
I guess we'll just walk now."
yeah.
And I
Just
was like,
being a
"That's
dick.
kind of yeah." I was like, "That's kind of funny how being a dick has worked out for you." But
Yeah,
ultimately, like it fucking made me giggle. But I
yeah.
definitely thought that stage was mine. Uh, now Bakugo, Todoroki are the only two from UA that failed. Do you think they
Mhm.
deserve to fail?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they didn't
Really?
make any right decisions during those games.
Yeah, feel free to get your energies back up. I
Yeah,
know I put a hamper on you, but whenever you decide to want to get back
yeah.
up, like I'm here for it.
No, I mean, I that's just
You killed my spirit, my
yeah.
soul, my
No, I
mind.
mean,
I
yeah.
don't
No,
want to
I
be
can't
here.
talk like you now. That's the thing. So
Oh
when I
man, I
talk
was
like
gonna,
me, you
I
talk
was
shit,
about to.
and then when I talk like you talk shit. So
Yeah,
pick
make up
one.
your mind, man.
Pick one.
I'm gonna talk shit no matter what. It's what I do.
No,
And
you could pick one.
I almost made a reference to you pretending to be Lemillion's best friend. By the way,
Hmm.
everybody's looking at me, and he's got his
Oh,
head against the wall. That's how you're
yeah,
acting right now.
yeah. I could see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but no,
Because this is how I'm acting like you as well.
yeah, yeah. It's not.
That's how you
You're
sound.
not even doing a great impression of me. It's like a fucking. It's like
Oh,
a
it's
second rate.
phenomenal.
Like
This is how
you
you
could
talk.
go be off
Yeah,
Broadway.
yes.
You
This is
you
what
would
you do.
never
You're
be
like,
on Broadway
yeah,
with your
yes,
impression of me. Just so you know,
yes.
like you could do some off Broadway
Yeah, I
side
mean,
shows. You could go to Jersey and do it.
yeah, I mean, I'm like, I'll bet $1 million.
That
Bet you
one
a
wasn't
million on
bad.
that.
That was. I actually said that today.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm not sure if you knew that,
yeah.
but I think Todoroki deserved to fail
Hmm.
because him and the Storm dude, their fucking beef was like a problem the
Yeah,
whole time. The whole
he
time
wanted
was
that
a fucking
action,
problem.
and it was the coolest part because it's like, let's throw these hands.
It was, and I wish they would have.
Yeah, they don't
But
do that in this
but
show. They
yeah,
don't throw
but
ones.
yeah, but in the
It's
scope
fucking
of the
annoying.
situation, that was a problem. Like you guys can't come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing
Yeah,
here,
and
guys?
then they get rid of it. They shun it. I'm
Yep.
like, yes, throw them hands. Let's go. 1v1. Todoroki whoop his ass. Whoop his ass.
Nope.
And they're like, hey, don't do that. Motherfucker, why not?
Do it. Do
Why
it.
not? Is
The
this
fucking
not an
Sith Lord in the
anime?
background. Do it.
Is this not an anime? Did we not learn from DBZ? Throw them
Yeah.
hands, run them ones.
Yep. But
They don't
Bakugo,
do that.
I think Bakugo deserved to pass.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Who did
you
he
can't talk
save?
to you can't talk to saved a lot of people, but you can't like he lost a ton of points for the way he was yelling at people. Like I get it, you can't talk to people that way, but at the same time, do you think you deserve to fail
Yeah,
because you were talking to people that way? I don't think so.
100%.
I
You can't
think
have a hero walking around telling people to suck my nuts, bitch.
I almost did a spoiler, and I'm glad I didn't. But
Oh,
I almost did a spoiler,
which season?
and
Do you know?
it would have spoiled the most recent season.
Oh, okay.
It would have spoiled the most recent season and the end of the season before it.
Yeah, man, you can't walk
Yeah,
around shitting
it
on
sucks
people.
because it would have proved my point, but I can't. For viewers' sake, you guys are lucky. If you haven't been caught, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but I really want to make that point. We'll make it off air. I'll let you know what I was gonna say,
Mhm.
and so that way you can understand it. I won't forget because we're just about done.
Mhm.
But ultimately, I didn't think Bakugo deserved to fail. Um,
Yeah.
on the plus side, to wrap this up,
Mhm.
Lemillion,
Yes, man.
Lemillion, baby,
Whew. Man,
is
dope
he your
entry
favorite character?
in the show, yeah.
Oh yeah,
110%.
oh
So,
yeah,
next season,
power.
season 4 is literally Lemillion season.
Yes,
So,
sir.
for those of you who are excited about watching season 3, dude, season 4 amps it up like 3 steps. I think
Yes, sir.
everything is one step up till season 4. And season 4 it just takes a massive leap, and mainly because of Lemillion.
Yes, sir.
He
Sure
just kind of
does.
shows you another league. So if you've seen
Mhm.
JJK season 1, Toto amps shit up once he gets introduced. Same comparison in regards to you kind of realize what a real nigga is once you see Lemillion fight and once you see Toto fight from JJK. It's like, oh shit, this is where motherfuckers really throw
Yep.
hands.
Yep. Yeah, I'm happy they introduced the big 3 at the end of this. And we
Mhm.
get to watch the Lemillion fight the entire 1A class. Cuz at this point we just see the 1A class challenge all these fucking people and they hold their own even if they
Yeah.
lose. Like they're all holding their fucking own, like they're a problem for sure.
And this is a freshman class,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and then well 3A Lemillion, he's not a freshman.
No, I'm talking about
You're talking about
Deku's
class
class.
1A? Yeah. Yeah. 1A and 1B are both freshman classes. But
Right.
yeah, it's like you're talking to fucking Eraserhead and they're like, "Hey man, who do you, he's like, "Oh, you guys, if you ask me who's closest to taking the top spot that All Might left, it's Lemillion and he's still a student. And
Right.
he's that good
He's
right the fuck now.
arguably, and that's
Right the
exactly what
fuck
they said
now."
for Toto in regards to like his level. Like it's cool to see that comparison in shows. I always
Yeah.
love to see it.
And
But
you Toto
Lemillion
from
is,
JJK,
yeah,
by the
Toto
way,
from
guys.
JJK.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not Todoroki. He didn't shorten Todoroki. It was
right.
Toto from JJK.
Yeah. So it's cool to see those next level side characters. And they did an excellent job introducing him by saying, "Hey, all you motherfuckers go up against this
Yeah,
one student,
I thought that was fucking
and
dope.
nobody could fucking touch him." And
Sorry, guys. Try to
in
make it to where you didn't see my wiener.
and in regards to a cork, where do you stack his cork?
So this is sorry I gotta do this, and I hate being that guy. Obviously not, because I've already done it twice. But I think there's where do I stack his cork as a whole
As a
and
whole?
his usefulness of it, right?
Yeah,
And the
just
way
at
he uses the
overall.
cork.
Yes.
Overall, I stack his cork in the top 5-ish as far as the power levels.
Right. So you think
Yeah.
it's S tier in regards to
Yeah.
just
S tier for sure. And
overall cork,
overall, his cork, yeah. As
the
far
way
as
he
how
uses
he
it.
uses it, it's definitely a top 2, 3.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Um,
yeah, it's even higher how he uses it.
yeah, but I
You
would
know what
say
I
top
mean?
5. I think his cork just given to somebody because I think they said his dad had the cork and he couldn't figure it out and master it and all that shit. I think it's such a
Yeah.
hard cork as far as usefulness, it'd be dropped out of the top 10. But I think it's
On an
a
average base, right? If
yeah,
the
just
average person
if it
had
was
it.
just the cork, yeah. If
But
it was just the
obviously, you
cork that
gotta
people
have some
got.
brilliance, and that's every cork,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like if
Yeah,
you
where do
if
you
you're
put it?
stupid, then
Right. I mean,
then it doesn't matter what cork you have.
I think a
But
power up cork is good for stupid people. Where you just punch things like muscular. He's not a bright
yeah, but
guy.
if you don't know how to fight,
Yeah, but you don't got to be real smart. It's more instinctive fighting.
excuse
Like it
me,
helps. It helps to be smart.
nah, man, you
But
gotta be smart to fight
I
somebody.
think my point being is that if dumb people were to have a cork, the best cork would be that one.
Right, and I'm
Would be a
saying you would
muscular
be
cork.
ass if you're stupid, regardless of what you had.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you had to have one,
Yeah,
you would probably be best suited for that. That'd probably be
if
the
you,
best
yeah, if
situation
you weren't the
if you were
smartest.
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
All right. But yeah,
But
what
yeah,
about
that
you?
cork is fucking amazing, and I always tell you this.
Mhm.
It's It's Obito's ability on Kamui on crack.
Oh yeah,
The way he figured it out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obito can only go into that separate portal and can't dish out punishment. But the fact that Lemillion can do that and
Yes, sir.
pick a part of his body to do it and still punch you in the face with his other hand is next level.
Agreed.
It's
All
fucking
right.
next level.
Well,
Dope.
hey, we just hit our hour. You got anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
No, thank you guys for 500. I believe we just hit that.
Yes,
Continue to
sir.
like,
Yes,
continue
sir.
to subscribe, continue to comment. The comments are always funny and fun to hear. We love those. It sparks
Yeah,
other
yeah.
ideas.
We appreciate the comments, guys. They've been really good lately.
Right. Continue to comment, continue to explain yourself. If you want to talk shit, talk shit. Who cares? It's giving us
Yep.
comments.
Yep. And just so you guys know, we'll link our season 1 review, our season 2 review
Yes.
will be linked below for sure. So make
Yeah.
sure if you guys like our content, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Right.
Make sure you guys tell your friends because a real friend tells their friends. Remember
Right.
that.
And again, if you're looking to watch season 4, do it because this is where it really starts to take a massive jump. And
If you
then,
haven't already.
yeah, if you haven't already. And then also, season 7's coming out this year,
April.
2024 in April.
Yes,
So
sir.
that we will be covering.
And they're making a movie. They're doing both. They're doing a season
Okay.
and a movie.
Are they going to do the movie first?
I think the movie's in August, so the movie will be
Okay,
second.
second.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So big year for My Hero. It's my early
Big year for
pick.
anime.
My That's my early pick
It's an early pick for anime of the year.
for
Yeah.
anime of the year. So I'm excited for that. Again, we're gonna cover it 6 episodes at a time. Is it 24? Do you know?
I don't know yet. They haven't released the episode list, but I would
So
assume it's probably around that.
probably around 24. So if it
Yeah.
is around 24, we'll do it 6 at a time. That way we could really have fun. So yeah, man, that's all I
Hey
got.
guys. Hey, well, this is Comedy Hashira.
Blackie Chan,
We out.
we out.